Yeah. Look what I've got. You'll love. 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 That's good. Look what I've got. You'll love. Good fella. That's my boy. That's. Look what I've got. You'll love. Look what I've got. You'll love.
Want to earn a bit of coin? I've got this plan. Good day, Henry. Quick! Quick, before he gets away!
Well, well. Show what you're made of!
Yeah!
Fucked up there! Well, yeah. 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 Yeah.
God be with you, lad.
Sir, I'm afraid I have some bad news.
Christ. It seems...
Now, this is something else, sir. We found a shield there with a crest. A tricolour star.
I know that coat of...
There was a letter there, too.
Show it to me. Although I think I already know what it...
Here you are, sir.
Unscrupulous beast. Cruelty and malevolence. I challenge, as I expected.
This Sir Hagen wants to challenge...
Apparently, he still hopes I will agree to this kind of...
Surely you can't refuse a challenge to a duel. What about your...
Henry, my boy, honor is a splendid thing, and it should be held in high regard. But it...
Like this one?
Yes, like this one. The only reason Hagen is challenging me now is that he has a marked advantage. I've served as... Hagen, meanwhile, was fighting in the Margraviate Wars in Moravia, and elsewhere as a mercenary. That's not honor, but an abuse of honor. Commonplace opportunism. I don't blame him for trying, but I'm not such a fool as...
What happened between you?
That's a lot...
Well, if I'm to know what I'm up against, I'll need...
True. All right, in a nutshell. Several years ago, I had to resolve a bloody feud between the Zuls, so I hanged the head of the family. Raised their... Ever since then, they've had it in for...
But you acted in good
Yes, although in retrospect it might seem excessively harsh. And it doesn't help that the other...
Well, what are we going to do about it?
You and Kuno's band will just have to deal with Hagen and prevent further mayhem. The longer he's marauding around these parts, the greater the chances.
So you'd fight him?
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. But maybe there's something else behind this challenge.
All right.
I'm sure you will.
I'd like to ask something.
Sure.
God be with you.
God bless you.
Can I be of service to you, Sidovish?
Henry, I sent a man to Pribyslavitz,
What's a locator?
a land allocator. I charged him with checking on the condition of the...
You're planning to resettle the village?
Yes,
Why Pribyslavitz, of all places?
because it's been lying fallow and falling into ruins, and it's about time...
Well, it should be safe. We trounced that rabble on the battlefield.
Yes, and that's why I sent my master look. However, he should...
If you've no objection, I could go and look.
I'd appreciate that. He probably just got to... Good luck, then.
Look what I've got. You'll love.
What's going on there? What's that?
Alarm! I've got you, you dog. You'll soon be sorry for shooting. Raise the alarm!
Is
Watch
that all
out!
you got? Hey!
Become weak at the knees, have you?
God!
Alarm!
Fucking hell.
Hey, Goodman, help me. Tied up here. Hey. Psst. Help. Thank you.
My pleasure. Sir Divish sent me to find you.
God's true.
I'm Henry of Scally.
My name is Marius Belek, Master Locator.
Well, the outlaws are out of the way.
Not just those bastards caught me as soon as I arrived. And so far, all I've seen. Come along with me, if you like.
I'll escort you then. At least I can make sure you don't get...
What?
No, I just... Should we get going?
This is a good spot for the rat house. Every village must have one. It'd be nice and prominent. It's on the hillside, so the foundations will stay dry. It can have its own little square, close to the church. There's no better site here.
What are you playing at with that weapon?
The church is still standing. Good. Good. You could fit at least one tradesman's shop here. Maybe a baker's?
I feel quite hungry.
There's quite a lot of space here. It just needs clearing thoroughly. Then we could even fit stables here. Main approach road and stream. This bridge needs reinforcing. It won't last long in this condition. I reckon it would make sense to build a weir over the stream down there. The water here is clean and can be used to supply the village until we sink a well. It's a good thing we have this stream. No point in building without a water source. supplies and trade will flow through here. I can't even see past the trees and ruins whether there's room for anything there. But at least the trees are strong and healthy. All we need is a few good woodcutters, and we won't have to bring in any timber from elsewhere. Stone foundations. They'll come in handy. We're close to the stream. Lots of space here. Here already. All the better. Big space, clean water, close to the village green. A good site for an inn. That's that then. The most essential surveying is done.
So, Master Locator, ready to start building?
There's a long way to go before that. The few ruins that are left are basically beyond repair. It's all overgrown with brush.
Oh dear.
We'll have to get it all cleared before we can start rebuilding it.
So it is possible to rebuild everything?
Yes, absolutely.
But building a whole village is no small enterprise.
We'll need timber, lots of it, which isn't a problem in the middle of the woods, of course. We'll have to hire wage labor to begin with. Quite a lot of men. I think we should get started without delay. There's a lot of work involved, but it'll be well worth the effort. I can just imagine it. The church will dominate the whole...
That's good news.
Why wait? I'll head to... But would you keep an eye on things here in the meantime? It would be rather...
No problem.
It shouldn't take us long. My lord, welcome to Pribyslavitz. That is to say, welcome back to Pribyslavitz after all these years. Well, what's left of it.
Not to worry, Marius. I'm glad to be back in my old hamlet. Although, it seems to have aged about as gracefully as I have over the years.
I beg to differ, sir. It's quite dilapidated, unlike your good self, but at least it's safe now. Thanks in part to Henry here, who also saved me from a predicament that cost me valuable time. Who knows? If it hadn't been for him, we might not even be talking now.
Well, in the end, you managed things in your own way, I see. Just as you said you would.
I did my best, sir. There was no reasoning with them. They thought since it was 4-1, I'd be no trouble.
I expect that was a fatal mistake.
Just so, sir.
No loss. At least they won't be troubling us again. Let's get down to the matter in hand, shall we? What state is Pribyslavitz in?
Sir, in my official capacity as locator, I am gratified to inform you that the hamlet of Pribyslavitz may be renewed. And indeed it offers prospects of considerable expansion beyond its former limits.
Splendid. Finally, some good news for this province.
And badly needed, too.
So, what have you discovered so far? I want to know all the details.
We had a scout around.
We conducted a basic survey, from which we can make a preliminary outline of the parcels. I already have in my head an initial plan of what can be built where.
We should certainly have a church.
That should present no serious obstacles. The building is in much better...
That's to be expected.
There's a stream here, and a well, right in the middle of the village.
Yes, and there are... Clearing them will provide both extra land and timber supplies that we can use right...
Right now, I believe we're standing...
The future green, that is. The village centre will comprise... We can't fit any more, so there will be other buildings away from the square. In particular...
I'm glad to hear it. I never expected you'd... The building work we're about to engage in is... Later, we'll clear more and build more. But, for now...
As you wish.
Rebuilding a whole village must cost a king's ransom, though.
It's true it won't come cheap. Before the tradesmen settle here and start producing...
A certain amount? How much exactly?
I wouldn't venture to state a precise amount at this point, but I expect it will come to some thousands, even tens of thousands of groschen.
Well, that much? I hope you're good at haggling.
We shall, of course, attempt to procure everything at the best possible price, but nevertheless, I can assure you, my lord, that if all...
I hope I shall live to
A village isn't a village without villagers. You'll need new subjects. Even preparing the ground for building will... Where can we find so many...
You sound skeptical, lad. But it's a good question. I've already given it some thought. I've agreed with Radzik and Hanish that we shall make an announcement in Rattay to invite people to move here and help, which will bring them, but also, in addition, I expect the prospects of a new home will appeal to your former Skalitz neighbors.
They'll be delighted, sir.
A splendid solution, sir. I've also been concerned about... But now it seems there will be no shortage of new...
It seems things are finally looking up. We routed the bandits in battle, and Henry took care of the remnants. When can we get to work?
Right away, as far as I'm concerned. All we need is... And we'll need someone to keep order, at least in the...
True. I'll leave you some of my men.
If I may, I would recommend quickly appointing a bailiff to take responsibility for the renewal of the village, its coffers and its citizens.
True. First things first. Since you understand these matters best, you shall take charge of the land parceling and building works. You'll be available to the bailiff, but answerable directly to me.
I'd be honored, sir. Thank you.
And, as regards the office of bailiff, what about you, Henry?
Yes, sir?
You've proven yourself well. You've demonstrated that you're capable of solving problems, and you command the respect of your former Skalitz neighbors.
Well, I'm not so sure.
And you're also capable of maintaining law and order.
I must concur.
So, let us expedite matters. Henry, I hereby appoint you to the office of bailiff of the hamlet of Pribyslavitz, in my domain.
My lord, it's a great honor. Thank you.
You will oversee the initial renewal and administration of the village that will set the ground for further development. But don't imagine it'll be a bed of roses, lad. Being bailiff doesn't mean you can do whatever you like. If you don't treat the settlers rightly, I'll soon find out and relieve you of your office. Besides, we can't spare a single groschen from the Talmberg coffers now. So, you'll have...
Me? But marry...
True. But from what I hear, you know how to get your...
I'd like to know who's been spreading such gossip.
And I am assigning you certain You must ensure the rebuilding of the church. That means complete reconstruction, wall paintings, and a new altar. See to it that in the future, the village will be capable of supporting a certain number of people. For that, you will need to ensure the construction of essential artisans' buildings. And ultimately, the village must produce sufficient earnings to fund further expansion.
But, sir, I've never done...
I understand your concerns, but you'll be handsomely rewarded. I shall grant you the proceeds from the whole village for the first 5 years, and you have my permission to use the surrounding woods and land as you see fit.
Well, that's, I mean... Are you sure?
As you said yourself, Henry, it's a great honor. Besides, you won't be alone in it.
Phew.
So, we're agreed. He'll make the announcement to invite settlers, which should ensure enough people to begin work. At the same time,
I don't know what to say, sir.
I'm sure you won't disappoint me. And now I must get back to my duties at town.
Certainly, sir.
Farewell, sir.